This is my new cabin. If you've been following me for a while, you're probably like, what? You bought a cabin? I'm thinking the same thing. This cabin is not going to be somewhere that I am full-time. It's a project that I couldn't resist. I'm going to do a lot of different aesthetic design updates and turn it into my absolute dream cabin. I'm thinking like Topanga, California, Northern California, kind of weathered wood, just super rustic, cottagey cabin. Most of you, I'm sure, are following me for my homestead project, and you can go watch all of my other videos. I have a 4,000 square foot, 2-story brick, early 1900s general store that I'm renovating and turning into my full-time living space and homestead and flower farm. I've been debating for a while what kind of style I want to turn the homestead into, because I do like so many different styles. One of the styles that I was thinking of is sort of cabin style. I realized along the way that I'm just not going to be able to turn it into a cabin at all, because that's just not what it is. That's not what the bones are, and that's just not what I see for the homestead. So to have a space that I can truly make my off-grid or somewhat off-grid rustic cabin as a sort of weekend retreat, or to have friends come stay at, or whatever it might be, I just truly couldn't resist. During the week, I am hoping that I'll be able to put out 2 videos. One video per week will be working on this cabin, and the other video will be working on my homestead. And that way, none of you are missing my homestead content, but for those of you who are interested in cabin content, you'll all be able to have content every week. I'm just so excited to start this project as well. But before I show you the cabin and give you a little tour, I want to do a quick cheers to my mom, who would probably be like, okay, Emma, this is way too much. And also like, okay, this is awesome. So cheers to her, and cheers to all of your loved ones as well. As a side note, the style of this little cottage cabin looks very similar to my mom and stepdad's house, where my stepdad now lives in Florida. So it kind of reminds me of their home, which I really love. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the tour. The walkway is literally collapsing beneath my feet. Okay, here we are. As you can see, it has not been cleaned out. This actually hasn't been lived in a long time. It's basically been a storage unit for the previous owner. Clearly, there's a lot of clean out work still to do in here. I'm not gonna make a ton of clean out videos. I'm gonna have one clean out video where everything goes. I'll pull my dad's dump trailer over here and just clear everything out. So unlike the homestead, which the clean out process has been a long one because there are all kinds of historic receipts and antiques and all kinds of things in there, there's nothing historic in here. So it's literally just all gonna go in one day and it'll be clean, and I'll be able to begin my interior renovation. So this cabin is 1 bed, 1 bath that is not actually complete. So there is no bathroom here. There's no septic here. There is electric around the property. Actually, I'm wrong. There is electric at the property. There is a well, but no water pump. So there's not running water, but there is already a well. This is actually the first time that I've been able to see it with the blinds open and all of the natural light in here, or at least most of it. It's great. The lighting is perfect. Something that I actually really like is that the walls aren't finished, specifically because I want to put shiplap siding on the inside. I guess it's not siding, but on the walls. If there was no drywall on the wall already, I literally probably wouldn't have bought this place, because drywall is such a pain, and I have done drywall before when I was building a tiny house with my mom. But I'm so glad that I won't have to do that here. It's going to be wood shiplap. I may or may not paint it white just based on how sunny it is in here. It's not the brightest house, but I want to see it in here when everything's out of here and the sun's coming in at different hours of the day, and just get a feel for how light it's actually going to be. And then I'll probably decide then if I want to keep the shiplap wood for the more cabiny feel, or if I want to paint it white for a little bit more of a cottagey feel. So I'll just have to figure that out as I go. The ceilings need to be plastered. I don't know, I might look online and get some inspo for the ceiling and see if I want to do a normal plaster situation or something different, maybe cozier. I also was told that this home used to be 2 stories at one point and then was knocked down to 1 story. So I don't think I've ever heard of that happening, but it kind of put into my mind like, oh, maybe I could actually raise the roof a little bit, maybe a few feet around the building, because I think that would add so much to it. And it is such a small home that it really wouldn't cost that much to do that, according to my dad, who is a contractor. So that's something that I'm considering. I don't really mind how low it is right now because it's not going to be like my full-time living situation. We'll see. One of my friends, her boyfriend is like 6 foot something, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he hit his head when he walked in here. No, I'm just kidding. But it's low. I mean, if I can touch it, I'm 5'3". If I can touch, yeah, that is actually really low. I might do like a skylight situation for more light. Yeah, there's so many fun options. So this is the bedroom. Lots of furniture still in here. Lots of everything still in here. Again, probably just gonna stick to a simple shiplap in here on the walls. If I got all of this stuff in here out, it is actually pretty spacious. Right now it's kind of hard to envision anything else, but once everything's out, it's gonna be such a game changer. And there's actually a little nook over in this corner. This is the closet space, and actually this wasn't here until the previous owner kind of added it on, but that's great. I'm definitely gonna keep this here. I'm gonna take these doors off and do something a little cuter, probably, maybe like a, not barn door, but I don't know. There's so much that I could do. It'll be easier to figure out what I want to do after I see everything cleaned. These boards aren't a part of anything. They're going to be, actually that's drywall. I'm trying to think if I have any cute ideas right now for this door, but I don't think I do. I definitely want to explore Pinterest and see what feels the most cabiny and fun. And then on this side of the room, we have a window, and I love the way the light comes in right now from that side onto the bed. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. So if I take these off over here, and actually these doors are gonna stay because the doors are beautiful. But over here, we have the bathroom / utility, like laundry room. There's actually nothing in here now. It's basically just studs. So the rest of that drywall is definitely going to go over here, in here, and I'll just have to have somebody help me put that in, because drywall is the one thing that I just absolutely hate doing. But anyway, let's see what's inside. Well, I know what's inside, but you don't. It's fine. Everything's fine. There we go. Ugh. So here we are. Bathroom / laundry room. It's actually quite big, quite large for a bathroom. If I get one of those units that's washer and dryer in one, which I've just been obsessed with and really want, that would fit in here perfectly. So that's probably what I will end up getting in here. Yeah, there's definitely enough room in here for everything that I would want to put in here. Maybe even a clawfoot tub. You might have noticed the holes up here. That's not because of any leaks, it's just because of they just had to rip it out to be able to do the wiring. And now that I'm looking up there, you know what? I'm gonna climb up this mound, see what's up there. Hope there's no animals. Oh, there's a lot of storage space up here. There's a whole attic up there. That's great. This is gonna be a really cute little area. And then we have the kitchen. This is the door on the side. Well, this. In fact, what happens if I try to open it? Yeah, that doesn't want to open, really. I am going to pull up the tile flooring. It's not real tile. It's like vinyl tile. I'm hoping that there's hardwood under here, but if not, I'll probably do some kind of stone. No, I'll probably do wood. I've got a fridge, which this is actually going. There's a stove there, which I know you can't see, but it's there. That's going. Pretty much everything in here is going. I'm going to make this just the cutest cabin kitchen that you've ever seen. Over here is the electrical panel. We've got a window, which is perfect. Like obviously the sink is gonna go right here, looking out the window into the woods. Just perfect. Again, we've got drywall in here on the walls, probably just shiplap. The biggest part of this whole thing is just gonna be throwing everything out, but my dad has already told me that he will help me do that. So probably the next video that you see of this cabin is just gonna be clean out. I don't think there's really anything in here worth keeping. There may be one or two things, but not a whole lot. So there is also a water heater under here, so that's great. The water just needs to be hooked up. So as far as the inside goes, that's really all I can show you for now while everything is still in here. There's stuff everywhere. It's kind of hard to really give you a great look. Another thing that I absolutely love about this home is that the floors are hardwood and the wood is just beautiful. I mean, that's gorgeous. I couldn't ask for a better hardwood floor. And I'm hoping that there's also just hardwood under that. And now I want to take you outside and show you the shed in the back and the yard in general. All right. Here it is, the shed. I think this is what? It's gotta be 8 by 10. Yeah, maybe even more, 8 by 12, 10 by 12. It's full with the previous owner's stuff, but obviously this is all gonna go. I don't know if he wants to keep any of this stuff. Like if he doesn't want a lawnmower, I will definitely take that. That looks like a weed eater. I'm not really sure what that is. Tires, tools. There's all kinds of stuff over here that I could probably use for something. There's a chainsaw right there. I'm so glad that it has a shed here because something that my homestead doesn't have right now is really an area where I can store tools. There is actually a shed, but I was turning it into a tiny house as somewhere to live while I'm renovating the general store homestead. I'm really glad that this already has a shed here. It's just a super great bonus. So this is the yard. It's a great size. I'm super excited because I'm planning to put a fence all around here. I do think I'm just gonna let flower bushes and different things just grow naturally. I want it to feel a lot more in the woods type of vibe. The yard area might be like 50 feet by 150 feet, but at the same time, when you're actually standing out here and looking at all of that, it's definitely enough. Maybe I'll put sunflowers here and let them grow tall. And once everything's grown up, it's definitely gonna feel a lot more like rustic in the woods, private, secluded, cozy. So this red brick shingle on the outside is gonna come down. I'm gonna do board and batten here. At the homestead, the tiny house that I wanted to do, I was thinking about making that more of a cabin feel, but because I now actually have a cabin, I am just going to make that sort of Mediterranean rustic farmhouse to match the actual homestead. So now that property will be cohesive and I can actually make this the cabin that I wanted to make there. The red brick shingle is gonna come down and I'm gonna do board and batten. It's gonna look like this. And I actually use this AI sort of exterior home design site. I created a couple pictures of what I wanted the cabin to somewhat look like. It didn't get it perfect because AI never does when it comes to photo stuff, at least not yet. It's just a really good starting point for me to kind of visualize what I want to create. This property is going to be a lot easier and quicker than the homestead, and I'm really so genuinely excited to create it and to have a cabin. That sounds wild to say. So if you want to go with me through this design process, this renovation process, definitely hit subscribe, and I look forward to showing you all what I do here. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at holistic__Emma, and TikTok is at holistic_Emma. And last but not least, I actually started a Substack, which is sort of like a blog/newsletter where I'll be sharing my experience going through the whole homestead renovation process. It's a lot more vulnerable and raw than anything that I've shared on YouTube, just because whenever I'm writing, I feel like that side of me naturally comes out a lot more. I'm a much better writer, I feel like, than I am an orator, and I definitely tap into a different part of myself when I'm writing. So if you want to follow along my kind of internal process, as well as like what I've been learning, what my plans are, if my plans change, behind the scenes photos that I probably won't share anywhere else, all of that stuff will be on my Substack, and I'll have my link in the description below. And of course, on all of these platforms, I'll be sharing my cabin process as well. So I hope to see you over there, and I hope to see you here in my next video. Make sure to hit the notification bell, because now that I'm uploading 2 videos soon, I don't know when I'll start doing that, but now that I will be doing that, I don't exactly know what days they'll be. So just hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. One thing I forgot to mention is that my full upstairs tour of the general store is actually coming this Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. I look forward to seeing you very soon in my next video, and I hope that you have a great week. Bye!